I'm here with Coach Ryan Brown. How are you feeling about the game tonight?
I feel good. I love Friday night home games and adult bands here, a couple extra people in the house. It's good to be here.
What are you looking forward to most about the game?
Well, it's going to be a fast game. Tolono likes to play real up and down basketball. We've kind of been very slow in the first part of the season, so getting back on defense is going to be a big deal for us.
What have you worked on defensive and offensive-wise?
Well, we got to make sure we slow down number 11, Dalton O'Neill. He's about a 20 points per game scorer, so that's public enemy number one. A lot of our efforts are going to be on him tonight.
Great. Good luck tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
Tolono Unity team coming in at number 11. It'll be O'Neill, and these are actually from last games, but these are some of the big starters right here. Dalton O'Neill, a senior, standing at 6'3". This Tolono Unity team does have some height that we're going to be looking out for tonight. He had 24 minutes last game. He had 20 points. We're going to really have to look out for Dalton O'Neill tonight.
Sure, and these guys are older as well, so they've got a little bit bigger players. We have some older people as well, but a very young team as well, similar to the football team out there. So they have some height. They have quite a few seniors. As I'm looking down the roster here, I see a lot of grade 12, so we'll see how we can match up against them. We have some taller guys ourselves, but definitely not as many, so it'll have to be sure to shut them down here tonight.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Anthony. And like you said, this Tolono team is going to lean heavily on their seniors this year, but it's a strange mix of seniors and sophomores that I see in their starting lineups here. You got guys like Braden Henry and Tyler Henry. Seems like that's going to be the brother duo tonight, both standing at 5'10". They produce a lot of points. Anthony, we were watching some replays of this Tolono Unity team online. They can play above the basket. They can go above the rim and really slam a couple down here.
Absolutely. We sure are liable to see one here tonight. I think it was the very first clip I saw when I was watching some film earlier today. They can get up there. They have some hops, and they're definitely able to get up there. I believe that even not those taller guys, they can get up there well. So we'll have to make sure to try not to have that happen too much and just play some strong defense tonight, because they are going to be aggressive and they're going to be driving to the basket a lot, looking to get above the rim there and slam it down here tonight.
Strong defense for sure. That's going to be one of our keys. But Anthony, can we get our keys to the game from you?
Absolutely. Key number one, we're going to have to eliminate those long scoring runs. Something that this team does so well is they will start off strong and they'll keep it going. They won't let you score anything. They'll play super fast. So that's why slowing it down is going to be so important to eliminate those long scoring runs. Moving into number two, we have a patient on offense. So we're going to have to slow it down. Like we said earlier, they're very fast. So take our time. We're probably going to see a full court press here, so that's something to look out for, but we have to be patient, slow it down, take our time. Like we said, they have high scoring games, so that's something that we're going to be looking for. And the last key to the game, key number 3, is play all 4 quarters. Something that Taylorville has been working on is having to get out there, get the momentum strong, and to keep it going. We've seen them have some amazing quarters in the Effingham game. Their third quarter was awesome, but they hadn't played like that the whole game. They came out a little bit slower. So let's get some feistiness in us. Let's come out strong and let's put some fire in it early.
I love it. We're going to be referring to those keys of the games all night long. Eliminate the long scoring runs. We saw it, and we've seen this Tolono team run away with games, and that can happen before the first half is even over. Patience on offense. We've seen this Taylorville team give up some unneeded passes there, and that can really end their scoring momentum. We've seen that ended quite a few times this year. And playing all 4 quarters against Effingham and then against East Peoria, Ryan Brown, head coach of this Taylorville team, he saw 2 different teams. Against Effingham, seemed like they had a little bit more in the tank, and against East Peoria, those boys really left it all out there. Finished that game 46-30. They put up a great fight in all 4 quarters there. And I'm really hoping with a really tough team in Tolono tonight, they're going to need to pick up on what they had against East Peoria.
Sure, and it's all about noticing patterns and not letting your pattern be found out by the other team. Eventually, hopefully, you start to get in a groove, see where they're moving, see who they like to get the ball to a lot. And you got to keep yourself unpredictable. Be getting new guys in, fresh legs, good shots. Taylorville has a lot of bench players that can come in and do well. We have some sophomores. We saw Landon Boucher. He's been getting some varsity minutes in. We'll see if he comes in here tonight. It's just about getting fresh legs and being unpredictable, also being able to figure out who they like to get the ball to so that we make sure that we can stop them before they get too caught up in, like we said, in key number 1 and eliminate those long scoring runs.
Sure. You mentioned Landon Bauscher right there. Let's talk about this Taylorville team. It's going on the court every single night, and they put up so much effort. Tristan Anderson is a guy that you see flying up, a lot on defense. He produces a lot of blocks tonight, and he's going to need to be on with this taller offense with Tolono Unity. Jake McConnell playing that point guard position most of the year. He handles the ball extremely well. Dylan Clark's been this leading point scorer for this Taylorville team. Not something I expected. When I talked to Coach Ryan Brown before the season started, he said Dylan Clark is the best passer on the team. The kid can pass and the kid can shoot it all over the court, and he's been a big time player for this Taylorville team. I love seeing Shea Champley out there. We see a lot of Champley. And you mentioned Landon Bauscher. Blake Ladage is another one of those young guys that we're going to get to see a little bit of time out of tonight. That's a freshman. Saw him on the football field. And Blake Ladage coming out here. The last game, a full court defense and offense. He was putting out full effort the entire time. Who do you like on Taylorville's offense tonight?
Absolutely. Well, as you mentioned, we have Tristan, and he's willing to get aggressive. Yeah. He is not scared to get in there, tear it up a little bit. He's going to be in there a lot. Same with Jake McConnell, another senior in there, but the thing is they're not willing to get in there, get their body in there, and make some plays. Like you said as well, Dylan Clark, only a sophomore. He was a transfer this year, came over, so he's been doing really well as a new kid on here. The team's been very welcoming to him, coaching him up and letting him get in his groove. He's found it so far. As you said, really great on the passes, and he has a nice three-point shot as well. So I'm looking at them for the most part. As you said, Shea Champley's been getting some minutes in there too. Hopefully we see him be able to put some on the board tonight as well.
We are 4 minutes away for Taylorville Tornado boys varsity basketball taking on the Tolono Unity Rockets. 4 minutes away, and we'll be back for some introductions here, but that'll do it for us. We're gonna take ourselves a little break here, but we would like to thank TommyTV. They always do great production here, streaming live on there. We'd like to thank Brandon Bible, Country Financial Player of the Game. Stay tuned all the way until the end. We will have head coach Ryan Brown on the air with us. We will talk the game with him. We'll announce the Brandon Bible Country Financial Player of the Game, and the senior citizens of Christian County enjoy trips, lunches, and fellowship with the senior citizens of Christian County. My name is Tim Zalabak. Joining me tonight is Anthony Ravecco for my color commentary. You are listening to WTIM, your information station. Boys varsity basketball here in Taylorville coming up in just a little bit. scrape near that 60-point margin that this Tolono Unity team has against Bismarck for the game one. For Tolono University beat them 69-61. The next game against Rochester, Taylorville's opponent tomorrow, it was 67-55, a win for Tolono. And then a win against Teutopolis, 60-52, and against Marshall, 69-25. All those games getting into the 60s, and this Taylorville team has not generated that much offense. Tonight, maybe this Rocket team will make it happen for the Tornadoes.
Sure, and Taylorville's had its moments over the season. We've seen them play hard basketball, but they've got to put it all out there in all four quarters today. That was one of our keys to the game, number 3. So we'll see how they can take on this, as you said earlier, this tough customer tonight.
They are going to be a tough customer. You're exactly right, Anthony. We're getting set here. About 30 seconds left on the clock, and we're going to take a break for the national anthem. When we come back, your Taylorville Tornado boys varsity basketball will face off against Tolono Unity right here on the WTIM, your information station.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dolph Stanley Court here at Taylorville High School for tonight's basketball contest between the Tolono Unity Rockets and your Taylorville Tornadoes. At this time, could you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem, which will be performed tonight by your award-winning THS Jazz Band. Visitors, the Rockets of Tolono Unity High School. At a guard, a 6'2" senior, number 3, Andrew Thomas. At a guard, a 6'1" senior, number 4, Eric Mebeck. At a guard, a 6'1" senior, number 5, Henry Thomas. At guard, a 6'3" senior, number 11, Dalton O'Neill. And at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 12, Jay Saunders. The Rockets are coached by Matt Franks. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Taylorville Tornadoes. At one forward, a 6'3" junior, number 15, Barron Odom. At the other forward, a 6'3" senior, number 0, Tristan Anderson. At a guard, a 6'1" freshman, number 13, Blake Gladys. At a guard, a 5'11" sophomore, number 5, Dylan Clark. And at guard, a 5'9" senior, number 2, Jake McConnell. Tornadoes are coached by Ryan Brown, assisted by Doug Bauscher, Brent Michael, Jackson Castleman, and Mike Avera. Officials for this contest are Rod Becker, Todd Maxwell, and Tim Sutton.
Hopefully it clears out here sometime soon. We got to get some ventilation in this
absolutely.
place.
Hopefully. It's lingering right now, but
It's the exact word I was about to use. It is lingering. Out at the starting line here at center court, it'll be Baron Odom facing off against Jay Saunders.
Baron Odom, your best guy to have out there. He's the tallest, so we'll see if he can win the tip as the players playfully fan the smoke away here.
And get everyone in the stadium to start fanning that out. It will be good. Baron Odom has been the go-to for the opening tip in all 3 games so far this year. He's been successful, I think, about 2 out of 3 of the times. And we cannot get this game started, folks. You can't see it quite on TommyTV. Obviously, you can't see it if you're on the radio, but hey, you can see it now on TommyTV. There is just a cloud. There's a cloud right over the Dolph, right over the hardwood here, and that's going to cause some problems. This happened in a football game, and I'm blanking on the school you were at. It might be Alney. It might have been the Richland County Tigers. And it looks like we are just going to go here with some of the smoke in the air. Opening tip, Taylorville Tornadoes. Looks like they are going to win it. It'll be Tristan Anderson to recover. Tristan Anderson moves hard off to his left. He is on our near side. He's going to swing it off all the way across to Dylan Clark. He's at the point. Dylan Clark's going to step up from 3. That's going to be off the rim. No good from Dylan Clark. That was the opening start for this Taylorville Tornado offense. Now we're going to see what Tolono looks like. On our near side now, it's going to be Henry Thomas. Thomas moving it out to Andrew Thomas. Then all the way in the corner for Eric Maybach. Back into the hands of Henry Thomas. Thomas is going to have it poked away, but it's going to get right back to Maybach. Back to Henry Thomas. Over to his brother Andrew. Then into the corner with Jay Saunders. Saunders takes it over to the point. Saunders moves inside to his left, strong against Baron Odom. Saunders goes up and lay it in. That'll be good for the opening start. 2-0, the Rockets lead.
Well, Baron played good defense there, but just the height overpowered him a little bit. So the Rockets take the lead 2-0.
Now Taylorville, it'll be Blake Ladage. Baron Odom at the point. Now Dylan Clark let a 3 go for the first time. He moves inside. He's going to be stripped. Rocket ball. Moving up quickly is Henry Thomas. He'll pass it off to Eric Maybach. Maybach gives it off for Jay Saunders. Saunders will let it fly from 3, and it's good. Saunders feeling it early in this one.
But you got to get the rotation there if you're Taylorville. Someone's got to come up and cover that, man.
5-0 with 6:40 left on the clock here in the first quarter of play. Long pass up to Tristan Anderson, moved inside to Blake Ladage. He's going to go up, bounce it off the glass, and that'll be good for Taylorville's first points of the game.
Good ball movement and great eyes from Tristan Anderson to look up and see Ladage there under the basket.
Tolono with it now. It'll be Eric Maybach. Maybach will swing it along. Moving inside is Andrew Thomas. Thomas will throw it high off the glass. It'll be no good. He'll get his own rebound. Thomas will go back up, throw it off the glass, and 1. It'll be good. He'll go to the line to shoot 1.
Well, Baron might have had the rebound there if he just jumped a little bit later, just mistimed that jump, and a nice strong play there, and it will be an and 1.
First player sent to the night, it'll be for the Rockets. It's Andrew Thomas, fouled after getting his own rebound and then putting one off the glass. His 1 of 1 will be up and no good. Rebounded by Dylan Clark, bringing it up quickly now. He'll sling it inside to Blake Ladage. The pass will be a bit high, might have bounced off the bottom of the backboard. It'll be out of bounds, Rocket ball.
Well, Dylan Clark trying to recreate that play earlier that got Blake Ladage those first 2 points just a little bit too high. Not a bad idea, though, from Dylan.
Would have had it had the pass not have been errant. 7-2, this Tolono team leads the Taylorville Tornadoes. 6 minutes left on the clock. Up at the point is Dalton O'Neill, giving it off for Andrew Thomas. All the way across to Henry Thomas. He's going to let it fly from 3. The brother-to-brother connection is good.
Well, they have that brotherly connection, as you said, and he's getting hot early there.
Baron Odom now is going to send up a quick pass to Tristan Anderson underneath the basket, and Taylorville will lose it once again. Quite a few turnovers here early, Anthony.
Yeah, well, that was one of our keys to the game. Had to limit that, as Taylorville will call their timeout, as Tristan Anderson just lost that one.
And a 30-second timeout is called. We'll keep it right here. It's going over some point totals right now. 10-2, this Rocket team leads the Taylorville Tornadoes. With 3 points already, it looks like it's Henry Thomas. With 2, it's Andrew Thomas. And with 5 points, Jay Saunders. Jay Saunders let one fly from 3 and got a putback of his own rebound there to go to the line to shoot 1. It's been productive offense so far for the Rockets.
Well, Blake Gladage had a nice play under the basket there, but as we said, this team, they have been aggressive. Like we said, Tolono is coming out here with some fire in their step, and we've just got to step it up and play with them. They're strong on offense, so play good defense. Maybe slow it a little bit down. We're playing pretty fast on offense, so let's try and work the ball around a little bit and see what we can do here.
Fast-paced, Anthony. They're fast-paced. They're a bit overwhelming. We knew this coming in. Taylorville got a little bit of time to figure them out.
Sure.
Acting as the point guard now is Andrew Thomas. This Unity team will switch off on a couple different ball carriers. Now in our near side corner and back out to the center. On the far side wing, it'll be Jay Saunders moving it off to his right. Now Henry Thomas going inside. He's going to pop it out. Nowhere to go. Jay Saunders with it right at the three-point line. He'll break inside. He'll give it off for Dalton O'Neill. Dalton O'Neill will go off the glass and good. 12-2 now. Taylorville trails.
Well, O'Neill uses his height there in a great way. The ball movement and ball finds him. He's able to put it in right into the basket.
Jake McConnell with it. McConnell will go behind the back to give it off to Tristan Anderson on the far side. Tristan Anderson moves off to the far side corner. He'll try to throw it inside, a pass to no one. It'll go right to the Rockets. Moving it along quickly is Dalton O'Neill. Giving it off is to Henry Thomas, but it'll be a charge taken by the freshman Blake Gladage, and a great turnover there for Taylorville to force.
Well, Blake Gladage showing why he should be starting on varsity there as he takes that one, but does look like it will be an offensive foul.
We were off. It was a defensive foul there by Blake Gladage. Looked like the referee made a motion there for a charge, but it'll be an and one. It'll actually be the opposite of what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, blocking foul there, unfortunate, but it was still a great play for him to get in front of there, the much bigger Henry Thomas.
It was. Letting it go from his 1-and-1 is Henry Thomas. It'll be good, improving their score to 15-2 now.
Taylorville just gets harassed as soon as they get the ball, and they have no time to move it. It seems like they're always being double guarded, so got to be careful with it here.
Causing forced passes, and already this full court press, making it difficult for Taylorville to get into their zone. That pass is going to be off the leg of a Rocket, and it'll be Rocket ball.
Well, Dylan Clark got a little lucky there trying to find an open man. It does go off the leg of a Rocket, as you said, though, so Taylorville will take it at half court.
Jake McConnell brings it up. McConnell dances off to his right. He'll throw it over to our far side corner with Blake Gladage. Gladage on the baseline. He'll try to throw it inside to Jake McConnell, but nowhere to go. Stolen by the Rockets. Right back into the hands of Blake Gladage. Bodies all over the floor. Tolono ball. Aiden Porter on the far side. He'll have that stolen by Blake Gladage. Gladage known for playing all feet of this court. Tristan Anderson at the top of the key. Over to our near side perimeter. It'll be Jake McConnell, then into the hands of Blake Gladage. Gladage will move off to his right, giving it up to Tristan Anderson. Anderson moves baseline. Anderson finding Dylan Clark on the corner. He's going to let it fly from three, and that's going to be off the rim.
And Blake Gladage has been that guy so far.
Lead pass all the way to Aiden Porter. Porter will go up, but blocked. Rebounded Rocket ball. And passing it, it'll be over the back, and that'll be an over the back foul right there. It'll be Taylorville ball.
Gladage is demonstrating right now what all the Taylorville players have to be doing. He got Taylorville a chance. Unfortunately, Dylan Clark did miss the three, but that wouldn't have happened if Blake Gladage hadn't first dived on the floor to get that ball loose, and then eventually was able to cause the turnover near midcourt.
So the backcourt violation will come on the Rockets there, and it'll be Taylorville ball. Owen Yonker comes on for Blake Gladage. Gladage with a great about 3 minutes of play there to start this game off.
Owen Yonker, some fresh legs getting in there. We'll see what the junior can do.
Yeah. Owen Yonker takes his place and has it immediately stolen. He's going to be covered up there by Dane Eisenmenger.
Looked like a fumble there on the football field, and everyone's just jumping on top.
Trying to get possession.
Looks like if it was football, Owen Yonker would have recovered.
Dane Eisenmenger comes on a sophomore standing at 6'5", tallest player on this Tolono team. Jake McConnell to inbound. He'll throw it all the way back for Dylan Clark, but it'll be broken up by Aiden Porter.
That was a dangerous pass. We said we got to keep him short, but that long one gets intercepted.
The long pass does get intercepted. It's Tolono ball. Moved inside now. Clapping for it in the corner. Rockets will have it overturned now. Jake McConnell with it will pass it off to Dylan Clark. Dylan Clark moves inside with a floater with the left hand. No good. It'll be Eisenmenger moving it up now. Menger with a Euro step, throws it up, and that one will be a charge, Anthony. It'll be Taylorville ball.
Well, we've seen Baron Odom been doing this since he was a freshman. He is not afraid to get in front. Not the not the guy with the most muscle out there. He does have the height in him, and he is not afraid to take hits for Taylorville.
You're exactly right. He's got the build to take that charge, and he falls down hard, Anthony. He gets that charge so many times. He had 2 against East Peoria when we played them last. Dylan Clark now as the point. Tristan Anderson move it off to Jake McConnell on our near side corner, with Owen Yonker now moving it inside to Tristan Anderson. Anderson moves off to his right. He'll try to throw it off the glass, and he will get it to go here for the 4th point. 15-4, Taylorville trails the Rockets.
Anderson showing off the aggression there, driving inside.
Rocket ball in the corner now is Jay Sanders. Inside at the top of the key now. Tolono goes up hard. He'll be fouled. Okay, it was Aiden Porter as he went up hard. Took a lot of contact. Porter will go to the line to shoot 2.
Anderson and Odom were down there in the paint trying to stop. We know that if he gets up there, these guys are tall, they're able to get some shots off, so trying to stop him early there, but unfortunately there is contact made, so Aiden Porter will head to the line here.
Porter's first is up and good.
Taylorville got to be boxing out here in case Porter misses this one.
Odom and Tristan Anderson at the nearest side block position. Is going to be rebounded by the Rockets. Offensive rebound. Now Tristan Anderson has it. Deep in their back court, guarded heavily. Anderson moves it up to Dylan Clark. Dylan Clark slows the pace of play. He's got a man behind him. Clark will move it off to Anderson, then to McConnell. McConnell at the very top of the key. Dylan Clark now trying to shake his defender. Clark off to his left. He'll be wide open. He'll lay that one in like there was no one guarding him, Anthony.
Well, that was a great move by Dylan Clark. Just takes the left hand and takes it all the way in there. No one trying to stop him.
Took matters into his own hands. Tolono Unity will pass it off Baron Odom's leg. It'll stay Tolono ball. They'll make a couple substitutions here.
Those instincts just kick in literally, and Baron Odom shoots that one out with his leg.
I love the pun right there, Anthony. It kicked in. That's great. Couple of substitutions here. Get some new personnel on for the Rockets. Looks like it'll be their starting 5. Henry Thomas, Eric Myback. It'll be passed off right to Andrew Thomas. He's going to let it fly from 3. It looked good out of his hands, and it is Andrew Thomas with a 3 ball.
That was a nice shot there up at the top of the key, and he's confident up there to take those shots.
19-6, Tolono Unity, and they steal it. Wide open layup there for Henry Thomas, and we almost saw some fireworks, and that's going to cause Taylorville to take a timeout. 21-6, Tolono Unity leads the Taylorville Tornadoes here, and with 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock. My name's Tim Zalabak. Joining me today is Anthony Rebecca. We're going to take ourselves a break here. 21-6, Taylorville trails Tolono Unity. You're listening to the WTIM, your information station.
That one off that missed 3-pointer from Clark Durbin.
In the backcourt now, Tolono looks to advance. It'll be Andrew Thomas with it on our near side perimeter. Giving it off to Henry Thomas at the top of the key, then moving it inside quickly to Dalton O'Neill. Back out to Henry Thomas. Great ball movement. That 3 will be in and out. Ball tipped up by the Rockets, but it'll be Taylorville ball. Trying to find the lead man in Clark Durbin. Durbin goes up, throws it off the glass. No good. Rebounded. Going up, and looked like it was Shea Champley. Don't quite have eyes on him.
Well, Clark Durbin.
Oh, it was Kate Bettmeyer.
Clark Durbin made a nice play getting down there. No one on him. Eventually, he was covered, but misses the layup, and Beckmeyer does a good job getting to that one and taking the one for the team here, so step to the free throw line.
Good to see the junior Cade Beckmeyer coming into this one, known for coming into a game. Times are tough like this, Anthony, when you need a man to, like you said, take a hit. Maybe you got a block here or there, take a charge. This is a guy that you want to do it. Now he's connecting for some offensive points here, and that's exactly what you want to see out of this type of player.
Absolutely. Beckmeyer's a physical guy, and sometimes that's what you need, especially against this Tolono team. They're physical, so we got to get some guys in there banging around down in the paint a little bit. So we'll see what Beckmeyer can do as he prepares to take his second free throw.
Absolutely. Cade Beckmeyer's second will be up and good. Trey Hogard comes on for the Rockets. Got to see him a little bit in that JV game. Tolono Unity with it right in front of us. It'll be Andrew Thomas passing it off to Eric Maibach. All the way in the far side corner now, all the way into our near side corner. The Hoger moving it off. And then a bounce pass to Eric Maibach. Maibach moves it inside, then back out to Andrew Thomas. He's going to let it fly from three off the iron, no good. Then a lead man pass, it'll be intercepted from Andrew Thomas, the man who just let that shot go. Giving it up now to Eric Maibach. He'll move it inside. Jay Saunders looks for a man. He'll find Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas stands at the logo, trying to direct his players around. In the far side corner now, Rockets maintain possessions with 3 seconds left here in the first quarter, 21-8. And a last second shot is going to be taken. It'll be no good by Andrew Thomas as time expires here in quarter number one, 21-8. Taylorville Tornadoes trail Tolono Unity Rockets. Anthony, what did we see in quarter number one?
Well, I've seen a lot of long passes from Taylorville, and as you know, that's something that we cannot do. Our keys to the game, we had to have some patience on offense because they do a great job of turning other teams over. So we've got to clean those up and be more careful with the ball. They're aggressive. They'll let you get all set up on offense, get your play ready, and then they'll just tip it away, get a fast break, and that's what we saw here in the first quarter. So hopefully Coach Brown and the team can.
What is Tommy Photo?
Tommy Photo is a student-led organization that we take pictures at all the events, from sporting events, FFA events, and choir events.
What is your role in Tommy Photo?
I'm one of the founding members of Tommy Photo. So I take pictures at most of the events. Sometimes I'll edit photos and I'll speak up for the organization.
What is your favorite part of Tommy Photo?
I really enjoy being on the court and be able to see the sports and everything like face to face. So like I can see it all. I can see it instead of being up high. I get to see it like right in front of me.
Great. Can we get a fit check for country night before the game starts?
Duh.
Oh yeah. Let's give it up for Sydney. Okay, let's get these lights off.
WTIN, your information. We are here live in quarter number two as Clark Durbin goes up to try to finish that fast break offense here from Taylorville. Bodies everywhere. It'll be Taylorville ball. It goes off. Dalton O'Neill. It'll be Baron Odom inbound.
Well, Taylorville comes out of that first quarter saying, we can match your aggressiveness. We're going to play hard. And a little sloppy ball movement right there, but Taylorville does recover here.
Looked like they came out of that break right there with a little bit more fire. Taylorville trails this Tolono Unity team 21-8 now. Taylorville ball, it'll be Owen Yonker with it in our near side corner. Now Clark Durbin. Durbin circling the perimeter. He's going to have it poked away. He'll regain possession. And now a pass to Dylan Clark's going to be stolen there. It's Andrew Thomas. Thomas does a spin move, a great one. He throws it off the glass, and it's good for Andrew Thomas. A great move.
Well, a little miscue right there causes that turnover, but Dylan Clark will take it up the court here. Hopefully he can get those ones back.
Dylan Clark, 2 men on him. That ball is going to be tipped. It's going to be Taylorville with possession still. Baron Odom looking to pull up from three. Pump fake, didn't let it go. Owen Yonker with it now on our near side perimeter. He'll give it off to Cade Beckmeyer. Odom inside to Dylan Clark. Dylan Clark's been good from the paint today. He's going to let a floater go. It'll be just off the front of the iron. Maibach will give it up to Andrew Thomas. Saunders from our near side corner. Saunders back inside. Now Saunders with it all the way over to Eric Maibach. He'll let it go from three, and he will find the bottom of the basket. Eric Maibach good from three.
Well, he's feeling really good, Tim. That was a longer shot distance deep from the three, and he had no problem sinking that one.
Taylorville kind of letting Tolono Unity run away with this one early in the second quarter. 26-8, Taylorville trails with 6 minutes and 32 seconds left on the clock. What do you think, Anthony?
Well, a little bit more the same. We did see him come out there with a little bit more aggression, but ultimately, Rockets able to put up some more. Looks like Coach Brown hopefully drawing up some plays over there in the huddle. So we'll see how they can do here. Our second key to the game, I think, is really playing an impact, which was the patience on offense again. So we saw a few turnovers there, a little bit sloppy, and just want to see that be cleaned up a little bit. Shorten the passes, maybe. Take your time. Again, it is tough when you are inbounding it and you're harassed by two guys that are a lot bigger than you. So you just got to try and make those plays and get across half court safely.
We've seen multiple possessions tonight end up with bodies all over the floor, guys diving for balls, trying to get that possession back. It's exactly what we expected tonight with this team that's not afraid to lay their body out on the line, and Taylorville certainly is not afraid either. Looks like it'll be Taylorville ball as we come out of that timeout. That was a full timeout right there. It'll be Clark Durbin to inbound, and this full court press here from the Rockets proving to be just very tough, very aggressive here. It'll be inbounded to Owen Yonker. Owen Yonker will give it off quickly to Clark Durbin. That was a tongue twister there. Clark Durbin tries to go up. He will be fouled trying to lay that one off the glass. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
The Rockets trying to stop Clark Durbin there. Got a little bit careless and do make contact. Clark Durbin with a nice push there.
A time when Tolono can afford a couple of fouls here if they wanted. So it'll be Clark Durbin at the line to shoot two, the junior standing at 6 feet tall. Taylorville in their white-on-white uniforms tonight with the purple and gold trim. Tolono Unity in their maroon on maroon with gray striping down the sides and on their top tanks.
You know, we look at the sizing, and on the lineups, it looked like they would have a ton of height, but looking at them now on the court, they match up to us fairly well.
Yeah, it often feels that way when you see the 6'5", you see the 6'3" after the 6'4". It often feels like that. There are a couple of tumbles there in the center court as it's Rockets ball. Eric Maibach will sling it all the way over to Jay Saunders. Saunders inside, and putting it up and drawing a foul is Dalton O'Neill. Looks like O'Neill will go to the line to shoot two.
Well, O'Neill goes up with it, and the same thing that we saw on the other end, just for Taylorville this time. I'm not sure who drew that one, but just got to make sure that we're trying to get up there before them. It is difficult when they do have that height advantage, and you've got to try and go up with them.
Fouls often happen when you're just outmatched on size there. You can't quite reach the basketball. And that's what you're going for on a block, of course. First one is up and good from Dalton O'Neill. 27-8. Tolono Unity leads Taylorville here with 6 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second quarter. Finding the bottom of the basket there again is Dalton O'Neill. Now to inbound, it'll be Cade Beckmeyer. His inbound pass is going to be tipped, but sent inside. A great pass over to Owen Yonker. They're going to find themselves on a fast break. Owen Yonker throws it. It'll be off the iron. Back into the hands of Owen Yonker. In the corner now, looks like it's Jake McConnell. And a careless pass there will end up back in the hands of the Rockets. A lead man pass will give it off to the far side corner. Now in our near side corner in Andrew Thomas. Thomas inside for Jay Saunders. Saunders will go up, and he will be fouled by Clark Durbin. He will go to the line to shoot two.
Well, Clark Durbin again trying to go up with him, and it looked like he got a lot of ball there, but must have drawn some contact somewhere along the arm as Jay Saunders will step to the line here.
Saunders first will be up, and it will rattle in.
Like we said, we got to try and limit their scoring. They've been putting up 60 up most of their games, and so far they have 29 here, and we're not done with the first half. So we need to be able to limit that the rest of this quarter and going into the second half, because they are putting up a lot more points than Taylorville typically puts up in these games.
Well on their way, this Rocket team, to 60 points. And they have reached 30-8. Taylorville trails Tolono Unity. Saunders with 7 points on the night. It'll be Clark Durbin moving inside, sending up a prayer of a floater. It'll be off the iron. Tolono with it. Moving up quickly as Saunders into the hands of Andrew Thomas. Thomas will send a quick pass inside. It'll be too much. In and out of the hands of Braden Henry. And it looks like it will stay Taylorville ball here.
Well, Clark Durbin tried a nifty move down there, but it's hard when there's bigger guys under the basket because you feel like you have to go up earlier, because if you do it too late, then you're going to get stuffed down there. So it's a lot of footwork here, and unfortunately Clark Durbin wasn't able to find that one, but they will get the ball back here.
Owen Yonker gives it up to Tristan Anderson, then to Clark Durbin, then over to Shea Champley inside for Anderson. Anderson goes up, he'll be fouled, and that'll be good. He'll go to the line to shoot one, and one good from Tristan Anderson.
Well, that was a great play, just showing off Anderson's aggressiveness. That was kind of like a reverse layup there with the right hand around the left side of the basket. He's able to find it and will step to the line here, trying to get the Taylorville Tornadoes within 19.
Anthony, that possession seemed more patient. They let it develop. They fed their big man down low, and Tristan Anderson got one to go. This Taylorville team's going to have to look for more of those opportunities tonight. 30-10 now. Taylorville still trails Tolono Unity here with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Looks like it'll stay Taylorville ball after the 1-and-1 was missed by Tristan Anderson.
Taylorville might be able to pick up a little momentum here, as Tristan Anderson did miss the free throw, but as you said, was a turnover on Tolono. So Coach Brown talking with the referee a little bit here as Shea Champley will prepare to inbound.
Champley inbounds to Baron Odom, then right back to Shea Champley. He's at our far side perimeter. Then he'll give it off to Tristan Anderson right at the logo. Anderson moves off to his left, gives it off to Clark Durbin. Durbin moves off to his left, a good spin move. He'll send a bounce pass into Baron Odom, reverse layup, good for Baron Odom.
There we go. I saw a lot of good ball movement on that one. People were finding each other. Now they're starting to put in their own full court press.
Connected, well thought out passes there from this Taylorville offense. Great to see. The far side corner now, the Rockets drive baseline, going up and bouncing off the glass, but no good. It was Henry Thomas, and he goes down hard. Looks like he's going to be all right. Picked up off the floor by his teammates. He was holding that on the right side of his face there. He's going to come off there. It's going to be Eric Maibach to take his place.
Well, it was great defense. The only last part there is getting the rebound, making sure that after the shot's missed, you have a few guys down there.
Colton Langendorf sends it all the way inside to Andrew Thomas. That pass will almost be broken up. Now the Rockets will send it right back outside to Andrew Thomas. Thomas with a wide open three. He'll get that to go.
Well, Thomas was just wide open, and that's not what you want to see, as a little bit of a momentum kill, but
Owen Yonker just too much with the full court press. It'll be Dane Eisenmenger going up to try to put that fast break possession away, but he'll go to the line and shoot two, fouled by the Tornadoes.
Baron Odom, one of the only guys that can really compete under the basket there, gets up with him, just unable to find the ball, instead gets skinned, and as you said, Eisenmenger will head to the line.
That's Dane Eisenmenger standing at 6'5", tallest man on this Rocket roster. 3 team fouls here for the Tornadoes, 34-12. Taylorville continues to trail Tolono. Got it quickly back. It was Eisenmenger, and he took the shot without taking any dribbles. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
That's definitely a first here for me as well.
Shea Champley trying to move it through the backcourt. It'll be Dylan Clark giving it off to Owen Yonker in the far side corner. Yonker's 3-ball will not be good. He'll get his own rebound. Trying to fight for it right in the paint. It'll be Baron Odom diving for it. He'll have possession. It'll be ripped out of his hands there by the Rockets. It'll be a jump ball, it seems.
Well, man, what a sequence we just saw. The missed three-pointer there leads to almost a rebound as it gets stripped again, and then Baron Odom, as you said, lays out for it. He's not afraid, as we've already seen, taking a charge earlier to get aggressive.
It's Colton Langendorf tying up with Baron Odom. It'll be Taylorville ball. Odom to inbound now. He will find Tristan Anderson. Anderson moves off strongly to his right. He's going to let that dribble get away from him just a little bit. Baron Odom will be the receiver of that pass. Odom will give it off to Dylan Clark. A careless pass there, Anthony.
Absolutely, and you got to be careful with it. I know a little mistake there, but just some of the little things that you can clean up.
Unity is so tight on defense. And our near side corner, Dylan Clark, will send up a floater from the baseline just off the rim, no good.
Well, a nice floater there, just unable to connect. And like you said, Unity playing body to body.
Now on the Rockets side, it'll be Eric Maibach giving it up to Andrew Thomas. Thomas out to Langendorf. Move it inside now. It was Aiden Porter.
It looks like a line change prepares to come in for Unity Tolono, if you will. But as you said, a foul there, and Aiden Porter will step to the line.
Porter steps to the line, the 4th team foul here for the Taylorville Tornadoes. And yeah, the line change you are seeing over there, Anthony, it looks like all the starters are going to come off for this Tolono Unity team. And we're going to have to learn a whole new roster now.
Yeah, Tolono giving their starters a bit of a break here. Andrew Thomas definitely being one of the most dangerous ones. I believe he has 10.
Brother Henry Thomas comes out. Shooting his second from the line, it'll be Aiden Porter. Porter's second will be up and good.
Stoppage of play as another substitution occurs here.
More substitution. Isaac Ruggieri will come on. Braden Henry as well.
Lennon Boucher, the sophomore, also out there, as he will command this line for the Tornadoes.
Boucher's going to have that poked away right away. by Henry Thomas. Henry Thomas will lay it up and it'll be good. This Tolono Unity team not taking their foot off the gas pedal here in quarter number 2. 3 minutes left, 37-12, Taylorville trails. Tristan Anderson now with it at the logo for Taylorville. Baron Odom will go up with a floater. It's too strong. Odom will try to get his own rebound, but it'll be Jake McConnell sending up a floater from the baseline. No good. Landon Bauscher with the rebound. Continues to be Taylorville ball. Looks like it's Odom on the baseline. He'll give it up to Landon Bauscher. Bauscher will give it up to Yonker. The pass will be stolen there by Braden Henry now. Moving it up way quickly is this Tolono team. And off the glass and good for Jay Saunders.
Well, a couple opportunities there. You wish to see Baron Odom was a little bit closer into the basket. He had a little bit of a tough floater there. Yep. And it ends up being 2 points for Tolono.
A couple of 4 shots there for Taylorville cause the turnover. Now back on their own end. Baron Odom sends it off the glass too strong. Rocket ball. Saunders at the perimeter. He'll try to move inside, send up a baseline floater of his own, but he'll get it to go.
Tolono playing defense right now. It's kind of like watching a cornerback in the NFL. They stay body to body, and when you think a pass is coming, just stick your hands up, and a lot of times that works. They create turnovers, and they lead here 41-12 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter.
Not allowing any daylight on defense is this Tolono Unity team, and you can see it with the score. 41-12, Tolono leads Taylorville here with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. We're taking ourselves a break. My name's Tim Zalabak. Joining me today is Anthony Reveco. You are listening to the WTIM, your information station. Varsity basketball right here on the WTIM, your information station. Taylorville Tornadoes trail the Tolono Unity Rockets 41-12 with 2 minutes left on the clock. We'd like to thank Brandon Bible Country Financial for our player of the game. Stay tuned to the very end of this one to find out who that will be, and the senior citizens of Christian County. Enjoy trips, lunches, and fellowship with the senior citizens of Christian County. It'll be Taylorville ball here and Owen Yonker. He'll give it up to Jake McConnell right at the logo. McConnell looking to move off to his right. McConnell will feed it inside to Owen Yonker. Yonker is tied up with a couple of Rockets. It'll be a foul on the floor here. It will stay Taylorville ball.
Well, Yonker was desperately trying to pry that away from a couple Tolono defenders, and does end up in a foul.
McConnell now to inbound. Blake Ladage back out on the floor. Send out a long pass, that one we were talking about, Anthony.
Absolutely.
That risky pass, but Jay Saunders for the Rockets will recover it. If Taylorville did, it would have been a backcourt violation. Letting it go from 3 now is Henry Thomas, and he'll get it to go. Rattle off the rim a couple of times. A lucky bounce there for Henry Thomas.
It starts with a risky pass. It ends with a wide open 3 that looked like it wasn't going to go, but as you said, it does rattle in.
The lucky roll there for Henry Thomas. Now Taylorville in our near side corner. It'll be Yonker. Yonker getting a few more minutes tonight, but that pass on the inside will be broken up by Dalton O'Neill. O'Neill will send it all the way across to Henry Thomas. Now back into the hands of Henry Thomas. Over to Saunders. Now into the hands of Braden Henry. Henry goes up. He'll send off a nice pass to Saunders, and Saunders with a wide open lay there. Tolono continues to extend this lead 46-12 with 1 minute left on the clock here in the second quarter. Owen Yonker moves off to his left. A nice spin move as he goes up to try to lay that one in. He will be fouled there. That will come up there on Braden Henry.
That was a violent foul there from Tolono. And looking back to the last play, how Tolono scored, you see what happened with Baron Odom. Comes over, leaves his man. So it's the battle of trying to get 2 guys on one of these bigger Tolono guys, but then it does leave people open. So that's why the slight pass found another big man in the paint, and Tolono was able to put up another 2 here, making it 46-12.
It's like Braden Henry drew in the big man. Braden Henry, a 5'8" man. He's not too tall, but it left wide open Saunders. And you said it well there, Anthony. It'll be Owen Yonker now at the perimeter trying to find a pass. Completely confused the Rocket player right there. Blake Ladage moves in inside there. It's going to have it poked away by Henry Thomas. It'll stay Taylorville ball.
Well, I was scared Yonker was going to travel there, desperately trying to find someone. Thankfully, he was able to almost find Ladage, but it does go out. Taylorville ball.
Inbounded to Baron Odom, now into the hands of Jake McConnell. McConnell stops in the paint. It'll be Blake Ladage with it at the perimeter. Ladage trying to find a way baseline. Ladage moving up and over, no good off the front of the rim. Moving up quickly is Henry Thomas. He will find Braden Henry. Henry will go inside, a nice reverse lay with the left hand. It'll be good to go.
What a move. That's such an experienced move. You can tell that he's been out there practicing that one.
He flew high in the air, controlled his body well, and got it to go. 48-12 now. Taylorville continues to trail. Baron Odom on the inside now, and a blocking foul will be called. Baron Odom will shoot two. A little bit of a taste of their own medicine there, Anthony.
Well, yeah, absolutely. They were trying to pull the old Baron Odom move, trying to get in there, but maybe the feet were planning a little bit too much movement, and Baron Odom takes that one best. He pushes in, and again, drawing more contact. He'll step to the line here, and we'll see what he can do.
Apparently, at the Dolph, that only works for Odom here, and he's been successful every time. Now Odom's at the line to shoot two. His first one will be up and good.
Odom always been a solid free throw shooter.
4 points for Tristan Anderson. Looks like there's 2 on the board for Baron Odom. Might be 3, and that'll be 3 points there. Braden Henry now, he'll try to pass it up the court. It'll be Rocket ball. Henry Thomas inside. Great ball movement here by this Rocket team. Pass is going to be stolen by Blake Ladage. Ladage moving it up quickly. He'll find his lead man in Owen Yonker. Owen Yonker with the left hand. A great lay, and he'll get it to go. 48-16 with 5 seconds left on the clock here in our first half of basketball. Henry Thomas only has 1 second. Braden Henry's going to let one fly. The shot will be no good, and time will expire here in the second quarter as Taylorville trails this Tolono Unity team 48-16. Not the closest game that we've called this year, Anthony, and Taylorville wishes they were in a different spot than they were in right now.
Well, absolutely. Hopefully, though, that last play that we saw Blake Ladage showing why he deserves those minutes, gets another turnover. That's what we saw him doing a lot in the first corner. He's aggressive. He's smart. He was looking up there, found his man, and Taylorville gets 2 points to end off the quarters. The crowd erupted on that one. Hopefully, that's the momentum that Taylorville needs to get him back in this ball game.
Blake Ladage with the start tonight. He's not an every game starter. Tonight he was, and coming out in the second quarter, he looked like the version of Blake Ladage that we have been used to seeing. We're looking forward to seeing how this Taylorville team comes out of the break here. I'm sure head coach Ryan Brown has some words for his team. We're going to take ourselves a break here. 48-16, Taylorville trails Tolono Unity. I'm joined here by Anthony Reveco for your color commentary. My name's Tim Zalabak on your play-by-play commentary, and you are listening to the WTIM, your information station. We'll be right back here in just a little bit with more Taylorville Tornado Boys varsity basketball.
Yo quiero la vida de 50 y 200.
Your Taylorville dance team. Activity, chuck-a-duck. You know the drill. On 3, throw your ducks towards center court with an opportunity to win cash money. On 3, 1, 2, 3, chuck your ducks.
Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond.
atmosphere. What's your favorite chant?
I think it's definitely the "you can't do that" chant whenever somebody lays down a big foul.
What's your favorite part of Purple Rain in general?
I think, again, it has to do with just the energy of being able to bring the whole school together under something that we all like to watch.
What do you think of the theme here tonight? Obviously, we're all decked out in country.
I think we like to get some easier themes, so it's easier for people to dress up. And I just think it's fun to come out and do something together.
For sure. Thank you so much. Back to you, Blaze.
To the keys of the game. The keys of the game are take chances when shooting the ball, keep possessions going with the ball, and staying focused. I'm so sorry, I completely forgot.
Basketball right here on the Taylor, the WTIN, your information station. What am I doing, Anthony? I'm joined here by Anthony Rebecco for your color commentary. My name is Tim Zalamak on your play-by-play commentary. I would like to thank TommyTV for the great production efforts tonight. We always are amazed by the efforts put in by TommyTV. I get replay, we get sideline interviews, and we get it all here. It's been really awesome. We'd like to thank the Brandon Bible Country Financial Player of the Game, Brandon Bible sponsoring that one, and the senior citizens of Christian County. 48-16, Tolono Unity leads the Taylorville Tornadoes here, moving into the second half of basketball. 1 minute and 30 seconds left here on the break as this Taylorville team getting up some shots and trying to connect a little bit more offensively and trying to put things together on defense. Anthony, what do we need to see out of this Taylorville team to not let this one get too much further away?
Well, they've got to start shutting down the star players, and that means shutting down Henry Thomas specifically and Jay Saunders. Right now, I believe that Henry Thomas has 13, Jay Saunders himself has 11. So they have a good portion of these points here for Tolono. So it's going to be about shutting them down, keeping the ball out of their hands as much as possible, and then keeping the ball safe on offense. We're going to have to be very careful with it. We saw too many long passes, especially on the inbound. Too many long passes, so we're going to have to shorten those up and be safe with it because Tolono will force turnovers, and I guarantee you that they're going to come out of the locker room pumped up just like they were to start the game.
And these long passes, like you said, they're forced by this this Rocket defense. They're strong with the full court press, and then they're forced to make a long pass, and they're ready for it. This Rocket team is all over the place tonight. Go over some point totals here. It's Andrew Thomas with 10 points of his own. With 13 points, it's Jay Saunders. Excuse me, that's Dalton O'Neill. And also, Henry Thomas has 11 points of his own. It's been a very productive night for the Rockets offense. And Taylorville Tornadoes look to come back out and stymie this Rocket offense. Looks like it'll be a Rocket ball to get this second half of basketball started.
Well, Coach Brown is putting out his aggressive crew. They've got Blake Ladage, Tristan Anderson out there. Tristan Anderson has 4 points for himself. Baron Odom also has 4, but like you said, Andrew Thomas with 10, Jay Saunders with 13. Gonna have to shut him down here.
Now to inbound, that was Dalton Henry. At the point now, rocket ball moved way over to Henry Thomas. Off to Andrew Thomas, the brother connection, all the way into the far side corner. Inside into the paint is Henry Thomas, rising above, not getting it to go. Taylorville ball, Tristan Anderson moves up quickly.
Well, nice spin move there, but Taylorville Tornadoes doing a good job on defense.
Anderson with a step back beyond the perimeter. He sent a nice pass to Jake McConnell. McConnell will throw it off the glass. It'll be no good. McConnell with his own rebound in the backcourt, giving it all up, trying to find a man to pass to. He'll find Owen Yonker at the 3 line. It'll be an air ball. Tristan Anderson to rebound with the putback, and it'll be good for Tristan Anderson.
Well, maybe we can just say that air ball was a pass because it went right to Tristan Anderson there, and he puts it up.
I think that was the perfect pass. You're exactly right, Anthony. Rocket ball now. Henry Thomas will give it off. It'll be Dalton O'Neill right at the top of the key. O'Neill will pull up from the top of the key. That mid-range jumper will be good to go.
Well, that classic pick and roll, Blake Ladage off of his man and left player open there, so got to do a little bit of communication there on defense to make sure that doesn't happen.
McConnell gives it off to Tristan Anderson. He stands at the logo, moving off to his left now, trying to shake his defender, finding Owen Yonker behind him, a quick pass. McConnell gives it back to Tristan Anderson, but Anderson just not looking. Miscommunication there, Anthony.
Yeah, Tristan Anderson a little upset with that one, and Jake McConnell looks at him and says, my bad.
Andrew Thomas now standing at the logo. Trailing behind him is Dalton O'Neill. He'll get it. O'Neill will send it across to Eric Maibach. Maibach inside now to Henry Thomas. Thomas looking for a cutting Andrew Thomas, but no one there. Giving it off to the point now, it'll be Henry Thomas. Back outside. Now around the perimeter, back into Thomas's hands. All the way across to Eric Maibach. He'll let it go from 3, and he will be fouled, but it'll stay on the ground, it looks like.
Looked like a late foul maybe, as Owen Yonker over there playing aggressive. And this Tolono team, they're not only playing man-to-man on defense, but man-to-man on offense, using pick and rolls very wisely, not allowing players to defend their man, and that's what gives them so many open shots.
So the ball went up from 3 there, and it looked like the foul came on the shot, but it'll just be on the floor there, inbounded by the Rockets now. It'll be Andrew Thomas, the senior 6'2" guard. In our near side corner, it's Eric Maibach. He'll sling it across to Henry Thomas. Thomas, one dribble to his left. Andrew Thomas pump fake. He'll step back right at the top of the key, nowhere to go. Henry Thomas moves inside hard. Henry Thomas with the right hand, no good. All over the place now. He'll send it back inside. It'll be Taylorville ball. Jake McConnell with it. Owen Yonker in the far side corner. McConnell will find Tristan Anderson with a nice spin move, air ball as he tries to put that one up.
Great eyes, but Tristan Anderson covered up.
Henry Thomas is found late, and that will be a charge taken by who else? Baron Odom. We said at the same time right there, Baron Odom, an absolute menace when it comes to taking the charge and getting Taylorville back to possession. Always good to have that. 50-18, Tolono Unity leads Taylorville here with 5:26 left in the 3rd quarter.
It's definitely something about Dolph Stanley Court. Baron Odom does it best. He plants the feet, gets in front of him, and just lets him ram right into him, takes a nice charge there.
There's a right way and a wrong way to take those charges. Baron Odom knows the time to do it and knows how to do it. Taylorville ball now, Owen Yonker in the far side corner. Yonker moves over to around the perimeter. Yonker tries to throw one up. There'll be a foul called.
Well, it's good to see the smaller Yonker there, willing to play aggressive and back down Tolono. And good things happen when you do that. It ends up in a foul, and Owen Yonker will head to the line.
Fearless Yonker right there, moving inside with a 6'5" Dane Eisenmenger standing at him, waiting for him. But he's going to draw the foul, and Yonker goes to the line to shoot 2. Couple of screams from the crowd there. Wasn't expecting that. Owen Yonker's first is up and good.
Don't get a ton of screams here, but Yonker persists through it and nails the first one.
Keeps that focus. 5 minutes and 9 seconds left on the clock as that one rolls in. 2 for 2 from Owen Yonker. 50-20. Taylorville trails Tolono.
Got to have good defense here on this possession. Keep up that momentum.
Rocket ball around the perimeter. They'll move it inside to Eisenmenger. Eisenmenger will be no good. He'll get his own rebound. That pass almost tipped away by Baron Odom. Aiden Porter will give it off. It'll be Braden Henry inside. Henry will have it stripped, but he'll regain possession.
We got to have that one with 4 tornadoes around the ball.
Langendorf will give it back off to Braden Henry. Henry goes baseline with nowhere to go. He's going to be blocked by 4 tornadoes, and it'll be tornado ball. And Owen Yonker will be picked there by Langendorf. Langendorf will have it stripped by Jake McConnell.
Well, we almost saw one get slammed down there, I think, but Jake McConnell, that's great. And he didn't give up on that play, even after he was stripped, and there was a fast break there. He didn't give up on it, stuck with him, and does end up causing a foul, but that might be better than the alternative.
Would have been 2 easy points for Colton Langendorf right there, but Jake McConnell had something to say about it, so Langendorf will go to the line to shoot 2. Oh, wait. Looks like this was going to be on the ground as Langendorf heads straight to the charity stripe. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. We need a shoe tie here.
A little discussion from the referees, and now it will be on the floor.
It'll be on the floor. To inbound will be Dane Eisenmenger. Colton Langendorf wanted the foul. Inbounded now, it'll be Braden Henry around the perimeter. From the corner, Dane Eisenmenger in and out.
Well, that was a nice shot there. It rolls around,
and a foul right there. Trying to pick up the rebound was Colton Langendorf. Just a little bit too much with the elbows there. He'll be called for a foul. It will be Taylorville ball. Jake McConnell now, 50-20. The score remains 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. We are in our 3rd quarter of basketball here at Taylorville. It's come out looking better after the break. Moving inside is Tristan Anderson. He's going to try to throw one up. It'll be no good. Baron Odom off his foot and out of bounds. Rocket ball.
Well, that one bounced around like it was in a pinball machine and ends up bouncing off of Baron Odom. So a good job being aggressive, just no one really able to grab that one.
It'll be Braden Henry now coming off the bench for this Tolono Unity team. And a good 6-man type player. Swinging it across to Aiden Porter. Now into the hands of Langendorf. Langendorf back to Aiden Porter. Porter moves inside to his right. He will find a rocket out on the far side corner. That one will be off the iron. Dane Eisenmenger on our near side corner now. He'll sling it inside. One-handed pass to Braden Henry. A no-look pass to Langendorf. Langendorf tries to move off to his right, but he will be called for a double dribble there. 2 possessions in a row. Colton Langendorf looking dumbfounded.
Well, it's a little unusual to see Langendorf out along the outside there as a bigger guy, but yeah, just a little bit of a careless play there, and Langendorf caused the turnover.
These bigger guys for this Rocket team, not afraid to pull up from 3. We've seen their taller roster here do that all game. Jake McConnell tries to move inside to his left, throws up a floater air ball. McConnell will get tied up with Langendorf right there, trying to fight it back. It'll stay Taylorville ball.
Well, to me, that one, it looked like Jake McConnell just took a little bit too long to go up. If you're going to go up, give yourself some space. By the time that he was up there was already a guy up there with him, and he had to shoot it when he was coming back down.
Inbounded now, McConnell has it around our near side perimeter. Giving it off to Tristan Anderson. Anderson moves along the perimeter around the logo. Anderson, a strong move to his right, too strong off the glass, Rocket ball.
Well, good defense from Eisenmenger there.
Aiden Porter now looking to make something here of this Tolono offensive possession. Cole Langendorf will give it off to Eisenmenger. Eisenmenger gives it off to Isaac Ruggieri. Moving inside, a pass trying to get over to Braden Henry. He's going to be tied up. It looked like it was Owen Yonker.
Well, Owen Yonker did a good job sticking with him there, just maybe a little bit more careful. As Tolono prepares another line change here, Tim, so get ready to take a look at that roster.
A full line change right there. You're exactly right, Anthony. We are basically watching a hockey game when that happens. Pretty funny.
Need a time on ice stat out here.
Some new personnel. A 3-ball will be taken from Henry Thomas, and he is going to get that one to toilet bowl in. That'll be good for Henry Thomas.
Well, he does not waste any time getting out there, and he shoots right away, connects for the 3.
Henry Thomas, 16 points in the game. Owen Yonker on the far side perimeter. He will try to find a tornado. He'll find Blake Ladage going up, and Ladage with a great finish there.
Blake Ladage, the freshman, again, putting his skills to work here as he's able to connect under the rim.
Be Andrew Thomas giving off to Henry Thomas. Brother connection there. With Trey Hogard in the game now. Letting it fly from 3 is Dalton O'Neill, and he will find the bottom of the twine.
Well, that right there is why we see that they score so many points. They're great under the paint. They're strong and athletic, but they just made 2 3-pointers in a row, and so that's really what the Tornadoes are going to have to focus on here, is they like to pull up.
56-22, Taylorville trails Tolono Unity here with 1:50 left in the 3rd quarter. Baron Odom works inside, trying to do some work there on Dalton O'Neill. He will not get it to go. Quickly up for Henry Thomas. Henry Thomas rises above the rim, but just decides to lay it in.
The Tornadoes did a good job sticking with it, just a little bit too late.
Anderson now on the far side. Jake McConnell now moving it up. Tolono Unity bench wanted a travel call. It'll be Owen Yonker letting it fly from 3, no good. Blake Ladage goes up for the rebound. A little bit too much contact there. It will stay Taylorville ball.
Well, Owen Yonker trying to hit some threes for himself, but wasn't able to connect. But Blake Ladage, per usual, being aggressive under the basket, goes up and pays off for Taylorville again.
It's great to see out of Ladage.
He's just a freshman, by the way, so it'll be impressive to see as he moves up through the ranks.
He played a similar role throughout the football season. He would come on in interesting spots in the game, and he would fill a great position there.
Sure.
Good to see the freshman and his athletic abilities. Owen Yonker now at the center of the point, trying to find McConnell. McConnell will regather that one. He'll go up and have a nice lay. He'll be good for 2 there.
Well, a great job from McConnell to corral that a little bit errant pass and put it up.
Trey Hogard with it now, and he'll be called for a double dribble on the baseline there against the Rockets. It'll be Taylorville ball.
Well, Tolono likes to play fast, but that time it doesn't pay off. They might have been moving a little too quick even for them and end up a turnover.
Yonker moves inside, a great move. He will find Baron Odom in the corner for 3, no good, too short. Blake Ladage will try to go up, and Blake Ladage will be called for a travel as he was guarded heavily by Trey Hogard there, and it looked like it was O'Neill, Dalton O'Neill. It's too much there for the freshman Blake Ladage, and was forced to travel.
He said Ladage is good with being aggressive, but 2 men on him, and it's hard to do anything with that one.
Henry Thomas with it now, an overhead pass to Andrew Thomas. In the corner for Hogard. Hogard lets it fly from 3, too strong, air ball. That'll be off a rocket. It'll roll out of bounds, Taylorville ball.
Well, a missed 3 there, which is a little bit unusual. That one was by Trey Hogard.
Trey Hogard featured in that JV game. We were expecting to see him in this varsity, coming off the bench in it. And that will be stolen by Henry Thomas. Will we see it here? Henry Thomas goes up, and he will slam it down. But, hey, Anthony, if you're going to dunk, you might as well make it, right? Owen Yonker is going to take it. As the dunk attempt there from Henry Thomas goes off the back of the iron. And, you know, if I were to go up, I'd probably make a dunk.
well, you know, not a ton of great things to see there, but from this game in total, but from that one, he goes up one-handed. I'm not sure if he was trying to be Shaquille O'Neal there, but he cannot connect off the one-handed.
Yeah, as a coach, you say if you're going to dunk, put it through the basket. And that one right there went off the back of the iron for Henry Thomas. But it was the first little fireworks we saw tonight. Henry Thomas will gather at the baseline. He'll send it out to Tristan Anderson. It'll be intercepted. Anderson goes up quickly, and it'll be stolen away by Trey Hogard. Hogard moves quickly up the court.
Tristan Anderson does a good job giving Tolono a little bit of taste of their own medicine as he is able to get a fast break, but not fast enough as Trey Hogard comes sprinting in and causes the breakup.
After a fast break there for the Rockets that almost resulted in the first dunk of the game and of the season that we would have seen, it was no good. Taylorville had a rush of their own, and it was no good as well. Taylorville inbounds. It'll be no good, and as time expires, a Hail Mary shot will be no good. It was out of the hand of Andrew Thomas, and quarter number 3 will expire here. 58-24, Taylorville trails the Tolono Unity Rockets. Anthony?
Well, they have 58 so far going into this 4th quarter, so unless Taylorville can really lock them up, we will say 60 again here. At least they weren't able to connect on that dunk, but Coach Brown taking them into the huddle. He will give his players some advice to play hard in this 4th quarter and to not give up here with 8 minutes remaining in the 4th coming up.
Taylorville playing for their pride now, 58-24 with 8 minutes left in regulation play here. My name is Tim Zalabak. Joining me today is Anthony Rebecca. We're going to take ourselves a short break. We will be right back here on the WTIM, your information station. For the Rockets. 58-24 here with 7:56 left to play. We have just entered into our 4th quarter of basketball here. A wide open 3 taken from Andrew Thomas, and he will get that one to go, getting the scoring off here and breaking that 60 mark in all 5 of their games this year.
Well, he's been connecting all night. That will be his 13th point.
Looks like it's Landon Bauscher in the game now and Shea Champley. Champley moves off to his right. Also Clark Dibben and Cade Beckmeyer out. That'll be deflected away there by Dalton O'Neill.
Luke Wheeler, the usual JV player, getting some time in now as Tolono makes some more substitutions.
Whole new sets of personnel in for both of these teams now. The game just a bit out of reach for this Taylorville team. Looking to get a couple of these guys in, see what they can do. Shea Champley moving off to his left. We've seen a lot of him this year. He's been a great offensive force for this Taylorville team. Moving it inside, a quick pass there. It'll be broken up.
Well, that was a rocket pass there from Champley, but Luke Wheeler just unable to go up and put that one in, but he will draw the foul, so he'll step to the line and shoot two, try to give Taylorville a couple more points.
Luke Wheeler goes to the line to shoot two. My first time saying his name this year. Luke Wheeler, a junior standing at 6 foot tall. Good to see him in the game. Wheelers will be up his first and just short will graze the iron. 0 for 1 so far.
Got Beckmeyer down there as well, so we'll see his aggressiveness as this fourth quarter plays out.
Wheeler's second is up and good. 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Now bringing it up the court are the Rockets. Tyler Henry, that is a third Henry we're seeing on the roster. Oh my goodness, they got a lot of the same names. Moving it inside now. Trying to find Gabe Pound. Now the Rockets moving it around the perimeter. Pulling up from 3, it is Mason O'Neill, brother of Dalton O'Neill. We got a whole family connection on this entire team. It'll be no good, it'll be Taylorville ball. Cade Beckmeyer goes up. He will be fouled, he will go to the line to shoot two. Cade Beckmeyer entering into this game here for the fourth quarter of play.
Well, he almost had the and one there. One thing about Cade Beckmeyer is if you're going to foul him, you better foul him hard. Because if you give a weak foul, he's going to go up there. He's not going to lose his form, and a lot of times he'll connect on those shots.
That's a very good point. Just a little bit of contact. Nothing's going to change in his form. He's going to get that to go. But a little bit more contact, throw him off his course. Cade Beckmeyer's first is up and good. Pure for his first. 61-26, Tolono Unity leads the Taylorville Tornadoes here with 5 minutes and 27 seconds left. We have a running clock, folks. Second will be up and no good there from Cade Beckmeyer. Moving it up quickly now, slowing the pace, is Tyler Henry. He'll sling it along. Rockets move it about the perimeter. Moving inside now is Mason O'Neill. O'Neill will rise above and get the lay to go.
Well, O'Neill did a nice job there, getting up early. Didn't waste time, got up, put it in. That one's set and done.
Clark Durbin now trying to move inside. He finds himself in the paint with a great lay, reverse lay, but it'll be too strong. Rocket ball. Going up and getting fouled is Crew Eckstein. Crew Eckstein will go to the line to shoot two.
Well, in that situation, sometimes it's better to get around him first, get your feet under the basket and wait for him to come to you. A lot of times when you do that and you play with him and you run step by step with him, you can get a steal, but oftentimes it ends up a foul.
3 of the last 4 possessions have ended up at the charity stripe, and now it will be Crew Eckstein putting that first one up and in. Crew Eckstein, a sophomore guard.
Purple Rain still making some noise back there. That's always good to see.
You know, they haven't lost any momentum tonight. I love to see that.
Absolutely.
Eckstein's second will be up and no good. Luke Wheeler trying to rebound that one. It'll stick with the it'll stick with the Rockets as Taylorville kick that one out of bounds.
Well, Luke Wheeler unable to corral that one.
Couple new numbers on the court here. Looks like it's Brady Parr. He'll move over to inbound.
Tolono sets up their formation.
Parr sends it in to Tyler Henry, and he'll move it off to Gabe Pound. Back to Henry. Henry will find Eckstein. Back to Henry. That pass will be tipped. It'll be Taylorville ball. Landon Bauscher will give it to Durbin. Durbin with a spin move off the side of the glass and no good. Rocket ball. Gabe Pound moving it up quickly. He will find Henry, and that ball will go out of bounds.
Well, a nice fast break from Taylorville almost ends up in a couple points. Tolono trying to reciprocate, but they also end up in a turnover as that errant pass goes out of bounds, and Landon Bauscher will take up the court.
64-26 with 3 minutes left and a running clock here as Tolono Unity has all but set this one up for victory. Letting it go from 3. A long 3 is Shea Champley. It'll be no good. That'll be Eckstein giving off to Henry in the far side corner. His 3 will be up and good. They find the bottom of the basket all night, this Rocket team.
Just like you said, these guys have been connecting all night since the first minute, and they're not slowing down now.
Shea Champley has that one poked away. It'll maintain possession, will Taylorville. To inbound now is Shea Champley. Champley will find an inside pass there, but it'll be broken up by Tyler Henry. Running clock as we move into 2 minutes left to play here. Long three taken there by someone that might not always take threes. It was Nathan Bleacher. Clark Durbin now alone on the far side corner. He'll let up a floater. That'll get it to go.
Clark Durbin makes a nice play, going straight into his defender. Able to stray strong through the contact.
Far pass over to Tyler Henry. He's going to send off another three, and he will get it to go. Second possession in a row where Tyler Henry finds the bottom of the basket from three.
Well, the defense is fading off a little bit here for the Tornadoes. There are men open everywhere.
It's becoming a shootout now, Anthony.
Absolutely. As another player from Taylorville there just missed one.
It was Clark Durbin pulling up from three. It was in and out. Tyler Henry moves inside, a nice move. He's going to be hacked by Shea Champley. Shea Champley had seen enough. And he said, you can go to the line. I don't want to see any more threes fall.
Absolutely. And with teams a lot like this, they're strong underneath the basket. You can let them shoot, and a lot of times you'll be able to win off of that. But this team, it doesn't work. They're able to hit from outside the arc, inside the arc, anywhere.
This Rocket team ranked 8th out of all 4A teams in the state of Illinois. We saw that. And we knew this was going to be a tough matchup for this Taylorville team. Still looking to find their legs this year, kind of rebuilding, waiting for a couple of guys to get back into the season, battling injuries. As that one's going to be tipped all over the place, it'll remain Rocket ball. Gabe Pound looks to pull up from three. He will be called for a travel Taylorville ball.
Well, Pound trying to get in on that three-point action, but does travel. And as you said, it will be a tough loss to the Tornadoes, but they had their good moments, and hopefully Coach Brown can take some positives away from this.
Positive moments definitely to work from. Cade Beckmeyer feeds it off to Shea Champley. He lets it go from three, and Champley finds the bottom of the twine there.
Well, Champley able to connect for the three from his own. He likes to shoot the ball, and didn't have a super hot start, but he picks one up there.
We are in our last 30 seconds of play here, as Tolono has basically put this one away 71-31. That ball is going to be kicked out of bounds there. It'll remain Rocket ball.
Taylorville harassing Nathan Bleacher there, not letting him go up with the ball. Just 20 seconds remain.
Eckstein to inbound. He will find Tyler Henry. As the clock winds down in our last 10 seconds, it looks like the Rockets will just hang on to this one. Clark Durbin guarding Tyler Henry all until the last seconds of this one. 71-31. Taylorville falls to 0-4 on the year, and Tolono Unity improves to 5-0. 71-31. Taylorville has things to work on after this one, but they knew what they were coming into in this one. Tolono Unity played an extremely well-fought game. They were tight on offense, extremely tight on defense. Anthony, what do you think the difference was tonight?
Well, Tolono came out playing like they did all season. They have that tight defense, like you said, and the big thing for them is that whether they're on defense or on offense, they use their bodies to their advantage. They set amazing pick and rolls that leaves so many players open, and oftentimes it's difficult to guard them. Just like you said, they also have that physical advantage, being a little bit taller and having that muscle. So that's definitely what ended up being this one. We saw some good aggressiveness from Taylorville. Blake Ladage, Baron Odom getting some charge. That's his signature move, but unfortunately the Taylorville Tornadoes cannot pull this one out, as it is a 71-31 loss.
Taylorville's regulars weren't firing tonight. Dylan Clark had a bit of a slow night. That is who Taylorville has leaned on for a lot of offensive production. Jake McConnell was Jake McConnell tonight. He was leading his offense as best he could, and he's had a lot to deal with this Tolono Unity defense all night. They were playing a very, very tight man-to-man defense. We're looking to talk with head coach Ryan Brown here in just a little bit. We're going to take ourselves a short break. 71-31, Taylorville loses their 4th game of the season, and they look to tomorrow to play Rochester at 3:30. We're going to come back here with just a little bit more breakdown of this one and wait for head coach Ryan Brown. My name's Tim Zalabak, commentating this one with Anthony Reveco. It was a great one for us. We'd like to thank Brandon Bible Country Financial for the player of the game. We got some decision making to do there, and the senior citizens of Christian County. Enjoy trips, lunches, fellowship. Enjoy your senior.
Of the Taylorville Tornadoes game against Tolono Unity Rockets. The score was 71-31, winning in favor of Tolono.
This is not what Taylorville wanted to see tonight, but they did have something good things going in the first half, but the Rockets just pulled away with a win.
We look forward to seeing how the Tornadoes improve for the rest of their season. Thank you. I'm Sophie Robinson.
And I'm Blaze Rogers.
it. We didn't play our best game the whole time, and got to come out a little bit stronger there. And we go back to also our second key to the game, which is patience on offense, right? We tried to play very quickly at the beginning of the game. Sometimes that can work, but in this situation, we had to slow it down. When we did slow it down, we saw some good moments. That's when we started to see Baron Odom get some feeds under the basket. Tristan Anderson was starting to improve there. The aggressiveness, though, tonight was very good by the Tornadoes. That's one thing that you're never going to see them lack on. They're always going to be diving on the floor for the loose balls. They're always going to be jumping out of bounds, trying to get the saves. That's something that you can always count on from Taylorville. But overall, just Tolono Unity, it comes out with a fire in their step, a little pep, and they were able to take home this one after many three-pointers connected, as well as some under the basket. But no dunks tonight, as we saw an attempt, but that did not end up going in for Tolono.
First game where a dunk was in question, but we didn't quite see it tonight. Let's go back to our three keys of the game here, and I think 1 of 3 was successful tonight for this Taylorville team. Effort is always something we're going to see for the rest of this season. I believe effort will be at 100%. But like you said, eliminate the long scoring runs. We didn't do that tonight, Anthony. It seemed that this team strung these points together, and all of a sudden we're down by 20. That game started off with a large deficit in scoring, and now head coach Ryan Brown needing to make adjustments on the fly. And that led right into the impatient offense that we saw all night. Excuse me. It is the impatient offense. The long Hail Mary passes that are broken up by the full court press. The passes trying to move inside on baseline. We were seeing turnovers all game long from this Tornado team when you couldn't afford it against a team like Tolono Unity.
Sure, and those long passes have to be made sometimes because Tolono is covering everyone in the paint. They have 3 or 4 bodies down there, and Taylorville trying to scramble, trying to run plays to allow themselves to connect, but at the end of the day, they weren't able to do that. And Tolono forces the long passes, and then Tolono able to stick their arms out in the air. They're 6 foot tall, so their wingspan goes quite a bit longer.
Hey, you're exactly right. And Anthony, I can't even focus because Blaze Anderson, is his last name Anderson? Blaze Anderson? I think that's
Blaze Rogers.
Blaze Rogers.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm saying Anderson. Blaze Rogers over there dancing these days, doing his thing. But it was Andrew Thomas, and it was Andrew Thomas, it was Jay Saunders, it was Dane Eisenmenger for this Rocket team. All night long they were firing. Anthony, I'm going to ask you to give up the headphones. We have head coach Ryan Brown here to talk with us. Coach Brown, thanks so much for taking the time. 71-31. This was a tough customer coming into this game. We knew it. What are your thoughts?
It was going to be a tough game going in. They're so fast. They're very strong, and you know they. You could tell. I mean, their whole athletic department is committed to the weight room, and you know, administration is committed to the weight room and that kind of stuff. You know, parents, if you're listening out there, man, we got early bird weightlifting class starting up in January. And hopefully, your kids are signed up in the weight room if your kids are in athletics. Hopefully, they do it again next August. But you know, they were just significantly stronger, bigger than us, outweighed us by 20 pounds at every position. We haven't seen that out of a 2A team. T-Town doesn't even offer that. So, they're doing some really good things over there for sure.
We were talking a lot about the effort. We saw effort constant throughout the entire game. What positives can you take from this one?
Excuse me. You're trying to get one possession at a time. You got to ignore the scoreboard in the second half and just, hey, can you win this one? Can we get a little bit better on defense? And I thought our defense against drives was a little bit better in the second half. So the guys were still diving around. Nobody wanted to see them quit with 16 minutes left, and I don't think they did that tonight.
A lot of guys on the floor tonight. You saw the body put on the line, all type. Health update, are the boys doing all right?
Yeah, they're a little beat up.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. We had to sit Dylan Clark second half. He got injured in pregame warm-ups and just tried to get it going as best he can, but he just couldn't shake off. It was a leg injury for him. So, yeah, we're a little beat up. I told them they need to sleep in tomorrow. We're going to have a little film session at 11:30 and then go to Rochester at noon.
Talk to me a little bit about quick turnaround tomorrow with Rochester.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Out of these scouts, hopefully we can give Rochester, a run for their money tomorrow. They've got some length. They'll play some good zone, and it'll be disrupted. It'll be hard to get some shots around the basket, but their talent's kind of coming too. They've got some young kids that can really play, and we've still got some young kids that are coming through the works and get a little bit better every day. So, tough matchup tomorrow. We got to play better, no doubt about it. Our defense has been doing so good, and tonight hopefully that was just kind of one of those weird things where we just didn't have it.
Sure. Coach Brandon Bible, Country Financial Player of the Game tonight. Blake Ladage had him in the starting lineup. Love to see him out there.
Yeah. You know, Blake's part of the future for us. We thought he could physically guard number 11, their leading scorer, and did a nice job whenever he was on him. I think he kept him to 6 or 8 points when he was guarding him, and that's a kid that averages 20 points a game. So Blake did a nice job on defense against him, yeah.
Coach Brown, I really appreciate you taking the time.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
see ya.
That was head coach Ryan Brown. They're going through their first section right now. It could be some rough patches here. We're looking at Rochester tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and it's a quick turnaround for these boys. Talk to me a little bit about what you heard Ryan Brown say.
Well, you know, he said it best. Like you said, they're turning around quick, so they've got to make good work. Like you said, Rochester tomorrow at 3 p.m. And they are 2-3, so that's a winnable game. And you cannot let this one dwell on you. We knew Tolono was a good team. We knew they were going to come out with some fire. You got to put it behind you, and that's one of the biggest things that the best players can do well. We talk about skill, but one of the best things that you can do is have that great mentality where you come back out tomorrow versus Rochester. You play just like you did tonight, just a little bit cleaner. Same aggressiveness, same morale. You know, you're ready to go. So that's what I like to see out of Coach Brown, and hopefully he can take away some of those positives that we talked about tonight.
You take this one as a lapse in defense and just not a common thing for this Taylorville Tornado team, and you turn around, you play Rochester. This team had played Rochester, and they beat them 67-55. So we're going to see a better matchup tomorrow at Rochester at 3 o'clock. That'll do it for us. Anthony, final words?
Appreciate everyone for tuning in, listening in. Not the best game tonight from Taylorville, but as I said, able to take away some positives. So hopefully they can come back out of the crowd here tonight. It was great. Jazz band was great. Thank you everyone for listening and tuning in today.
Without a doubt, we'd like to thank TommyTV one more time for all of the great work they do. We'd like to thank Brandon Bible, Country Financial. The player of the game tonight was Blake Ladage, the freshman. Very happy to give that to him. That kid plays hard every single night. And we'd like to thank the senior citizens of Christian County. Enjoy trips, lunches, and fellowship. Enjoy your senior years with the senior citizens of Christian County. For Anthony Reveco, I am Tim Zalabak, and this has been Taylorville Tornado Boys Varsity Basketball right here on the WTIM, your information station. Rochester tomorrow at 3 p.m. We'll see you there.
You're watching TommyTV.